Chapter 6: The Cost of Responsibility. Where power truly comes from. Responsibility is a kind of power. But no power in this world is free. Everyone who chooses responsibility pays a price no one sees. And everyone who runs from responsibility loses a power they never awakened. So where does the power of responsibility come from? The answer lies in the deep structure of life. Real power comes from how much of life you are willing to carry. The weight of responsibility. The greater the responsibility, the heavier the weight. Big responsibility requires stronger energy, steadier mind, deeper understanding, higher consciousness, a more mature inner structure. Life does not hand great responsibility to a weak energy field. Responsibility tests your strength. Strength is the byproduct of responsibility. The amount of responsibility you can carry determines the amount of power you can hold. This is not philosophy. This is universal law. 2. The 3 costs of responsibility. Responsibility is never painless. It carries the 3 deepest costs a human being can experience. 1. The cost of energy. To take responsibility means you must constantly give, invest, observe, respond, and maintain order. All of this consumes energy. People with strong responsibility have a sharper focus, calmer emotions, a stronger presence, higher efficiency, clearer direction. But beneath all of that is a massive expenditure of life force. This is why exhausted people can't carry responsibility. Low-energy people can't make good decisions. Energetically unstable people can't maintain healthy relationships. Responsibility requires energy. Energy requires replenishment. And this is why life sometimes burns out, collapses, or disconnects. The first cost of responsibility is energy. 2. The cost of the ego. The stronger your responsibility, the more your ego must be set aside. Responsibility often means letting go of anger, letting go of pride, letting go of pettiness, letting go of complaining, letting go of instant gratification. This is the cost human beings find hardest to pay. Real responsibility is never, what do I want right now? But what is right for the system? What is right for the future? Responsibility shifts you from the small self to the greater self, but the small self will inevitably get hurt on the way. The second cost of responsibility is the ego. 3. The cost of pain. Responsibility always brings pain because it forces you to face reality, face yourself, face relationships, face truth, face decisions, face consequences, face the weight of the system. Escape keeps you comfortable. Responsibility pushes you into the depths of discomfort. But pain is what forges real strength. The third cost of responsibility is pain. And only those who are willing to walk through pain can awaken. 3. Where the power of responsibility comes from. Power does not magically appear. It comes from 4 deep sources in life. Source 1. Instinct, the origin of raw power. Instinct gives basic survival energy, protection, reaction, defense, persistence. Instinct is the bottom-level battery of responsibility. It keeps you standing in the darkest moments. Source 2. Emotion, the power of connection. The real engine of responsibility is human emotion, a love, trust, attachment, resonance, a loyalty, commitment. A person without emotion takes responsibility for nothing. The richer the emotion, the stronger the responsibility. Source 3. Consciousness, the power of direction. Awakened consciousness turns responsibility from something you have to do into something you choose to do. Consciousness answers why it's worth carrying, why you must not escape, how responsibility shapes the future, why the system needs you, what value you bring to the whole. Consciousness gives responsibility its compass. Responsibility without awareness drains you. Responsibility with awareness elevates you. Source 4. Divinity, the power beyond the self. When your responsibility expands beyond the personal, into family, community, society, humanity, ideas, the universe, you tap into a power that is no longer human, but divine. This power arises not because you are strong, but because you align yourself with a greater order. At this point, responsibility is no longer a burden. It becomes power itself. 4. Why responsibility makes you strong? Because responsibility changes your energy structure. Every responsible action increases your energetic density, expands your presence, raises your frequency, increases your value to the system, attracts more energy, attracts more resources, gives you natural authority. People who carry responsibility naturally grow stronger. People who escape responsibility naturally grow weaker. Not a question of morality, a question of energy. V. The cost and the reward of responsibility. The cost: energy depletion, emotional pain, psychological pressure, spiritual weight, constant growth, facing reality, making hard choices again and again. The reward: a stable inner system, deeper personal power, a stronger sense of existence, greater influence, higher creativity, profound inner peace, a more complete self, a higher level of consciousness, alignment with universal order. Responsibility comes with pain, but its rewards reshape your life. Conclusion: power comes from what you are willing to carry. Responsibility is not a burden on your back. Responsibility is the source of your strength. The more life you're willing to carry, the more power the universe hands you. The more you step forward, the more life entrusts to you. In the end, you will see, responsibility is not suffering. Responsibility is meaning. Responsibility is the path through which a life becomes higher. Responsibility is the root. Power is the fruit. Only when the two become one can life truly rise.